Hello again. Welcome back. So, yesterday we read a book all about elephants, and our focus is wow facts, looking for details and information or facts about the animals or the topic. So, one of my wow facts from yesterday is an elephant's trunk can be a nose, arm, shower, hand, and a loudspeaker all at once. So, an elephant's trunk can be so many different things. Another fact I remembered is that elephant skin can be 1 inch thick on the back and the sides. Do you remember a fact from yesterday's reading about elephants? Yeah, I like that one too. Elephants are so neat and they're so big. All right, so today's nonfiction book. You see it? Oh my gosh, it looks so cool. Right, crazy, creepy crawlies, extreme animals. Whoa. So I bet there are going to be so many wow facts for this one. And while we are reading about it, we're going to be working with the wow rubric again today. So I read blank by blank. So we're going to go over the title and the author. The most interesting thing I learned was, we don't know yet, which one. There's going to be so many. And then it says, I know this because either in the text it says it or the picture shows it. Right? How are you going to choose this? All right, so our story today on ARC Bookshelf is Extreme Animals, Crazy, Creepy Crawlies. Ooh, remember, table of contents tells us what? What does the table of contents do for us? Yeah, it tells us the pages, right? Absolutely. All right, so the table of contents helps us know what pages certain sections are at and what each section is we're going to be talking about. So the extreme creepy crawlies is going to be on page 4. There's those dots again. Beastly beetles, page 6. Masters of disguise on page 10. Don't eat me on page, let's follow the dots, 12. Super strong silk, wicked wasps, tiny but noisy, migrating monarchs, terrifying teamwork, and record breakers. Ends on page 28. There's a glossary, there's a find out more section, and an index. So those are all of the sections. And so maybe I only want to know about, super strong silk. So I would find super strong silk and I would turn to page 14. Because in these nonfiction books, especially with table of contents, you don't have to read all of it. You can just pick out the most wow things you want to learn about. That's kind of cool about nonfiction. All right, I want to start at the beginning because these are some really cool things. All right, extreme creepy crawlies. Do you think you know everything about creepy crawlies? Think again. All creepy crawlies have hard outer bodies with squishy insides, but the difference between them are what make them extreme. Ooh, label, thick-tailed scorpion. Not a fan of scorpions, I will admit. I'm kind of afraid of those. All right, whoa. Okay, this illustration is amazing. Nope. Did you catch that? Mrs. Kennedy was wrong. It's a photograph, not an illustration. A photograph. Somebody took this picture. Strange features or behavior help creepy crawlies to find mates or food or to not get themselves eaten. This bombardier beetle has an extreme way to scare predators. This is a beetle. It sprays boiling poison from its bottom. What? Did you hear that? It sprays boiling poison from its bottom. What? Okay, just had to look at you while I said that. That is extreme. All right, so beastly beetles. Let's find out what some other beetles do. Visit almost any land habitat, and you will find a beetle living there. There are more types of beetle than any other insect in the world. They come in many different shapes and sizes. In this little caption in the label, this Namib desert beetle can catch water from fog on its wings. This helps the beetle to live in very dry places. So beetles have this hard shell that opens up to find wings underneath. So the wings can catch water from fog or like low-lying clouds. Very interesting. Oh, here's a beetle. Oh, do you know what this label says? It says dung. Do you know what dung is? Did you know dung beetles feed on animal droppings? Do you know what animal droppings are? Do you know what animal droppings are? It's poop. Dung beetles roll up balls of animal poop, and then guess what they do? They eat them. Oh, look. So dung beetles help clean up the earth because they eat animal poop. All right. If there were a bug Olympics, beetles would be the stars. Australian tiger beetles are the world's fastest running insects. If they were human sized, they would be able to beat a race car going at top speed. That is how fast these are the Australian tiger beetles. If they were our size, you could beat a race car. Oh, look at this. This is a rhinoceros beetle. Imagine if you could lift 17 cars. A rhinoceros beetle could, if it were your size. They can lift things 850 times heavier than themselves. And this label says horn for fighting other beetles. I bet you that's why they call it a rhinoceros beetle. So it has the horn like the rhinoceros. Wow, that is one tough looking beetle. See, I told you there'd be a lot of cool wow facts here. Masters of disguise. Ooh, I wonder what kind of camouflage. Mantises have amazing camouflage. The shapes and colors of their bodies match their habitat. This helps them to ambush their prey. Their big, spiny front legs are used to grab prey and stop it from getting away. Let's see what this picture shows. There's labels on it. Leaf-colored wings. So this is its wing. It does look like a leaf. Sharp spines. Those little pokey things. And then the prey. It reached out to grab that prey. Looks like a spider. Did you know the orchid mantis looks just like an orchid flower? Can you spot it? Look carefully. Where is it? I can spy its antenna. Can you? There's the antenna. This is the head. You see that face? It looks kind of cute. It looks like a bat. There are those long arms. Wow. That is amazing camouflage. It's really hard to see. All right. Look at this heading. Don't eat me. All right. Bugs may be snack-sized, but they do not want to be eaten. Centipedes and millipedes have some extreme ways to scare off predators. Millipedes squirt out poisonous chemicals when they are in danger. Would you want to eat something that squirts out poison? Nope, that's why it works. So this bug, this insect, is labeled centipede. This giant centipede's bright colors are a warning. Don't try to eat me. I have poisonous fangs. So the colors are a warning. Stay away. Did you know the shocking pink dragon millipede from Thailand is just 1 inch long? Its bright color is a warning to predators to stay away. Usually in nature, when things are brightly colored, it usually means they're poisonous because it wants to warn other animals not to eat it. Wow, lots of legs. Millipede. Right, super strong silk. I wonder what this is all going to be about. Spider silk is stronger than steel and tougher than a bulletproof vest. It is perfect for trapping fast-moving prey. In the Solomon Islands near Australia, people use the big webs of orb spiders as fishing nets. Whoa, wait a second. So these spider webs, the spider silk, it's tougher than a bulletproof vest? So if you made clothes out of spider webs, does that mean you'd have a bulletproof outfit? So here's the orb spider web. And there's a bird caught in it. That's how strong it is. A bird can try to flap its wings to get out, but it can't. This tiny. Baby spiders can fly using their silk. The wind can carry them thousands of miles. They just like hang on to the silk string and the wind blows them around. Like a kite, kind of. They fly on a kite. Jumping spiders do not need webs. They can leap 50 times their own length. This is like a 100-yard sprinter leaping from the start to the finish line. The spider's huge eyes help them land right on top of their prey. So this spider can jump and land right on what they want to eat. How would your family like it if you jumped and landed right on your plate? They would like that? Oh, no, they definitely would not like that. No way. All right. So let's see, what section was after that? Oh, we still have more. Ooh, the tarantula. The Goliath tarantula is the world's heaviest spider. It has been known to eat birds. Look at this bird. Look how big this spider is. It's a tarantula. Goliath. Goliath means usually big and heavy. Whew. All right, wicked wasps. The tarantula hawk wasp, that's like the worst name ever. The tarantula hawk wasp is a tarantula's worst nightmare. The wasp paralyzes the tarantula with a sting so that it cannot move. Then it drags it to its burrow and lays an egg on it. When the egg hatches, the wasp larvae eat the tarantula alive. That sounds terrifying. All right, so pretend you're a tarantula. All right, lots of hairy legs. This tarantula hawk wasp, comes over, flies, and then it stings you and makes you paralyzed, which means like you're frozen, but you're still alive. And it stays that way for a very, very long time. And then it drags you back, and then it lays its eggs on you. So you're sitting there, paralyzed, you can't move, and there are these eggs on you. And then when the eggs hatch, they start eating you alive. Yuck. That's extreme. I could see why the tarantulas would not like that. All right, let's see what's next. Here's the burrow, a wasp larva. Oh, and there's a tarantula eating the tarantula. Oh, poor tarantula. Tiny but noisy. Cicadas are the world's loudest insects. They vibrate little drum-like parts on their bodies to make a noise louder than thunder or trains. The noise-making drum is right there. So you've heard these before, believe it or not. This summer, there was a lot of cicadas around. Yeah, so maybe next summer they'll be back around. They don't come every year, but they make a lot of noise, especially at night when you're trying to sleep. Did you know some cicadas spend their first 17 years underground. Could you imagine? That means you would still be living underground until you're 17 years old. Hundreds of thousands of cicadas come to the surface at the same time to mate. They die after just 2 weeks. So they live underground for 17 years, and when they come up, they mate to make more babies, and then they die. Huh, sounds like a very interesting life. And that's all there. There's a lot of cicadas on that tree. Migrating monarchs. Imagine the chaos if everyone in Mexico decided to go on vacation to Canada at the same time. Every year, 100 million monarch butterflies make this journey together. They migrate up to an incredible 2,800 miles. They all travel together. They decide it's too hot, so they go to Canada where it's cooler. And then when it's in Canada and it gets too cold, they come down to Mexico. Birds and other predators leave the butterflies alone. Baby butterflies eat milkweed, which makes them poisonous as adults. So the plants they eat when they're little makes them poisonous as adults. So nobody wants to eat poison. All right, this will be our last one. Terrifying teamwork. That doesn't sound good. I thought teamwork was good. All right, let's see. Termites live in colonies of millions or billions. They are tiny, but they work together to build enormous homes. Their mounds can be taller than a giraffe. They are made of earth, spit, and dung. Do you remember what dung was? Poop. So here is a termite mound. So this could be as tall as a giraffe. And it's all the dirt, the earth, and they use their spit. They also use poop to help hold it together. So this is a big mound, kind of like an anthill, but it's a termite mound. It's made of earth, spit, and poop. I don't think I'd want my house to be like that. Oh, look at here's Australian termites. Australian termites munch through everything from wood and tires to electric cables. They destroy houses and bridges. I knew termites ate wood because one of the houses I used to live in had termites and it was bad. But I didn't know they could eat tires and cables too. Whew, my goodness. All right, so we read a lot of amazing facts, right? Crazy, creepy crawlies, right? We learned about some of the Beatles and the Masters of Disguise and some animals that say don't eat me, colors, the wasps, that tarantula wasp. Ooh, no, thank you. Tiny but noisy, the cicadas, the monarchs. So what is a wow fact that you want to remember? All right, I'm going to get to the title again by Isabel Thomas. Let's see. I don't know why that's not showing up. Crazy Creepy Crawlies. That's the title by Elizabeth Thomas. So our rubric. I read, what did we just read? I read Crazy Creepy Crawlies by Elizabeth Thomas. Can you say that? I read Crazy Creepy Crawlies by Elizabeth Thomas. What was the most interesting wow fact you learned about? The most interesting thing I learned was, can you restate that? The most interesting thing I learned was, go ahead and tell me, what was the most interesting thing you learned? Restate it. Give me the whole sentence. The most interesting thing I learned was, go through. What did you remember learning? What was your wow fact? Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that. Runs fast. Ooh, that one can lift really heavy stuff. Yeah. Ooh, praying mantis, the orchid mantis, the centipedes that are poisonous, spider web, the silk that's so strong. We learned a lot of cool facts. Jumping spiders land right on their food. Yeah, so say that again now. Which one did you want? Because there was a lot. So start with the most interesting thing. Go ahead and say it. All right, so now go ahead and tell me, what was your most interesting thing? Yes, perfect. Good job. I know this because, so how do you know that? Was it from the text? Was it the words that I read? Or was it the picture showed you? Which one? If it's the text, I want you to say, I know this because the text says, or if you thought it was the picture that told you, I know this because the picture shows me. You go ahead and tell me, I know this because, how? Say it. I know this because. Yeah, some of you said that the text told you, and some of you said that the picture showed it. Very nice job using your wow fact rubric. All right, just like last time, I used our bookshelf. This was in the white section. If you are having a grown-up read to you and you want to learn about these, you can go to these higher level books. But if you are reading by yourself, you need to be at your level. So maybe you can mix it up. When you're reading by yourself, go to your reading level. But when you have either an older brother or sister, or an aunt or an uncle, or a babysitter, or mom or dad, or grandma or grandpa come with you or read with you, you can choose one of the harder books. That way they can read it to you. You can learn some really cool things. All right. So I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Friday, and I will see you on Monday. All right. See you later, alligators. Bye.